Hello and welcome to Knife Delights and welcome to another Frosty Friday. Frosty Friday is a great open tag started by our friend Stan over at Stan's Collector's Universe. Make sure and check out Stan's channel. He has wonderful content there and just a wonderful guy. So we're finishing up a series that I've been working on the Frost Copperhead. If you'll remember, I bought a dealer's dozen and we've been comparing all 12 of those knives, same pattern, same cover material, just to check the consistency throughout the knife. So as we wrap up this series, I just thought we'd check the walk and talk, check and see how dirty the pivots were and how dirty the knife is overall. So that's what we're going to be doing. And also, there's kind of a interesting development that happens after I throw it into the sonic cleaner. So I know you're going to want to watch that part. So I'll stop jabbering away here, and hey, the review starts right now. Let's do one more thing with these knives since I've still got them. One thing that I did not really go over was the walk and talk on the knives. And, well, let me just demonstrate here. It feels like there's a little catch there. Snaps into place good. Half stop. Good snap. Secondary blade. It feels like a lazy half stop. Snaps into place pretty good. Definite half stop. Good walk on it, or talk on it. Good walk and talk. However, I went through quite a few of these. That doesn't even feel like it has a half stop in it. And it doesn't catch. You can feel it grab just there a little bit, but it slides right on by it. So it's a very lazy half stop. And I found that on quite a few of these knives. Now the secondary blade, it stops, but a little softer talk to it. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these, but I just wanted to show that to you. That's very, it does stop, but it's, you gotta almost force it there. A little softer. Good half stop there. Not too bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these and I'm going to put a drop of oil down on each one of them, and then I'm going to work them just a little bit because they have not been oiled. These are still, fresh from the factory. I'm going to see if that improves the walk and talk on these. Okay, I put a drop of oil on each one of these. And on some of them, it kind of smoothed things out just a little bit. But if it was a lazy half stop, it was still a lazy half stop. I'm going to show you here. You see there, that's lazy half stop going up. You see there? Doesn't snap by. And it's got a decent half stop there, or somewhat decent, but then you almost got to push it closed there. So this is probably amongst the worst out of the whole 12. So what I think I'm going to do is, as you can see, there's a lot of dirt. Get this to focus. See, there's a lot of dirt down in there. You look at the blade, you can see down in the tang stamp there, there's that dirty oil or the shavings down in there. So I think what I'm going to do is set it up and run this one through the sonic cleaner. Let me see here. We can get a look down in here, see how dirty it is. Oh, there we go. But I think these pivots are really dirty. And we're just going to see if running it through the sonic cleaner, how much stuff we boil out of it. And then I think we'll throw it into some mineral oil and see what happens to it after that. But I'm just going to do it on this one here, number 4. Okay, got my warm water in here. Let's put just a dash of Dawn soap in here. basket in there. And I'm going to open the blades up here just a little bit. Something like that. Hopefully it fits down in there. And it does. And we're going to let her go for, about 5 minutes here. Let's just pull this out and see what we got. It looks a lot shinier, doesn't it? And we can see all kinds of junk on the bottom. You see that right down around in there? See all that dirty stuff down at the bottom? We set this back just a little bit. Get this back out of the way. Wipe it off here. You can see it cleaned up that tang stamp just a little bit. There's a little bit of dirt right there yet. I don't know if that's going to come off. Huh. It sure makes it look a lot cleaner, doesn't it? These blades are wiping off. They're looking nice and shiny. And as we can see down in there, that looks a whole lot cleaner, doesn't it? Hold on here. I'm going to pause for just a second. We're going to get some... oh, look at that. Some of the dye came off. Look at that. That dye is wiping off. Look at that. That's interesting. Is that just extra dye? Now it looks kind of dull, but we're going to throw it in some mineral oil here. Hang on just a second. I got to get a tub of clean mineral oil. Okay, let's get some clean mineral oil in there. I wiped the tub out here. And what happened to my knife? There it is. This is what it looks like before we go in. And we'll let it soak for a couple hours there, see what happens. And we'll pull it out and check out the results. Well, I pulled her out of the mineral oil after a good 2 or 3 hour soak. And you can see down in the bottom there, we've got just a little bit of stuff out of there. But not a whole lot. A lot cleaner than what I thought. Maybe that's because we use the ultrasonic cleaner. But let's just wipe this off. Now, one thing I did notice when I was dumping the water out of the ultrasonic cleaner, the water had a bluish tint to it. So there was some extra dye, or the dye didn't hold extremely well. But this is not all that dirty. Now, I've gotten case knives that were extremely dirty. So if a knife comes to you dirty from the factory, it's not necessarily a sign of poor quality. They just didn't clean things up the way they probably should have. But even a case knife can come to you extremely dirty. So it's always good to be able to soak them in some mineral oil. Well, there's some junk off the back spring though. Now you notice in our process here, the Pakistan stamp is almost come off of there. Looks like we've got just a little bit better luster to the bone. And, you know, you can soak these bone in the mineral oil all you want. Not going to hurt it a bit. Well, unless the dye is coming off. But If it's coming off that easy, why, you got other problems, I think. I don't see any more dye coming off. Must have just been some extra dye. But as far as a lot of dirty oil coming out, there's more oil, but it's not dirty, so it did get cleaned out. Now you see down there in the bottom of that stamp, something down in there didn't quite wipe out yet either, did it? Can't seem to get that out of there. Huh. That's different. So, it's kind of nice to know that you don't have a lot of dirt down in there. It did not seem to help the walk and talk much, though. Because if you work it and you keep getting dirty oil out of there, then you got to keep working on it. But I don't see any dirty oil in there. Hold on just a second. Let me try something here. Okay, let's try to clean those tangs just a little bit. Just hit it real careful with this wire wheel. Cleaned it up just a little bit better. I don't want to scratch it all up, but it would clean out. So here's one. Looks better cleaned up. Of course, you could use your favorite polish on here and actually, highly polish the blades, but it's kind of what we're looking at right now. Now, Tobias did notice on one of the videos, you can see the pins sticking through. Well, I've got some of my old buck knives that you can see that also. They look like maybe they're brass instead of nickel silver, or they're stainless steel and the bolster's nickel silvered over it. I don't know, showing two different colors. And here you have it. So folks, I hope you've enjoyed this series. This is the last part. I've certainly had a lot of fun going through these knives with you. Please leave me a comment if you're enjoying these types of series. Maybe sometime down the road I'll get another dealer's dozen of a different pattern. We'll just wait and see here. But this has been a lot of fun. And until next time, have a very delightful day.